This is Joshua Taylor coming to you from here outside of Hope, British Columbia. It's my third night camped on top of the mountain here. I've been planning to stay for the next couple of weeks. I don't know because I put in for a job. I'm hoping that I get the job in Langley. My heart's desire, though, if God gave me a choice, would be to start building these refuge camps. A couple weeks ago, I started made a foldable yurt design for a 24-foot yurt, and if you put a boardwalk around that, it would be like a centerpiece for a camp. 450 square feet and about 600 feet of deck. And last couple of days I've been designing a see if there's enough light, one of these shelter Logic systems. And I was looking at them today to see what Canadian Tire has, and they have a 12 wide by 28 foot long and about 13 feet tall. And that'd be perfect to put onto a base that has understorage. You could frame all the components so they actually go into a travel trailer, like a 1970s camper. We'd have to gut it out and reframe the ends and put some doors into it, probably just frame out the backside. And you need at least 16 feet of storage inside, so you could actually have your Logic camp all ready to go. So when the time comes, you can just get out of the danger zone. I feel in my spirit that great trouble is brewing on the west coast. I know Dutch Sense just the last couple of days, he was saying that a 7.5 will follow the 7.1 that they had in Southern California, and the pressure being transferred from the north down to the south. And from what other people have seen concerning prophecies and visions of the west coast, Seattle's going to be hit with an 8.2 and 8.3. We need this shaking. It's what the Lord showed me back in 1988. He showed me the total destruction of the west coast. I didn't know the magnitude, but as I looked back and shared with others, the one that I saw was a 9.1 that brought forth a 1,500-foot tidal wave that came all the way inland here to Hope. Hope's only 40 feet above sea level, so. And another brother saw that following the 9.1, the west coast was hit with a 12.2. That totally destroyed anything that was left. I know the big one's coming, folks. And how long do we sit around and, do we sit around and wait for it to happen, then prepare? I think the writing's clear, that the writing's on the wall already. And to make the Logic system, it's going to run about $5,000 US. I would have to look around for a camper with a tandem axle set that's rated for about 6,500 pounds. And the floor system, it's easy enough to build. It would take a little bit of welding to make the feet, the support system, but other than that, it's just a matter of getting the Logic tent, making a floor on it so it's off the ground and stable, and you're good to go. And I'm just praying that God would raise up people that have the finances and to back my hands. I sure would like to get started on this right away, and it'll take about maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks to complete the project. Once I have the finances and I don't need that much of a shop. I could actually do the work outside. A shop would be nice. Basically, you just need a place to build. And might take 4 or 5 weeks. But then, I could do a day-by-day video on it, showing how all the pieces are built to go together, and make the plans for it and the video presentation, and get it out to those of you who want to prepare, who see the need to prepare. Noah prepared. He knew trouble was coming, and he didn't sit around to wait for it. He believed God, and because of that, he was counted worthy. So how many people are going to be worthy to escape the coming judgments? That's what you really need to ask yourselves. And before I come off the mountain here, we could very well see this major shaking take place in Southern California and Seattle, Vancouver area. I know those who have seen this, the collateral damage is going to be astronomical, and we can't wait for the government to take action. They might give you a tent, or they might put you in a FEMA camp, but there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people are not going to have a place to stay in this Logic camp system. Well, you use what you have, right? Just like over here, I used what I had to set up a camp here. This is where I actually got the idea from, and it's practical and it's cost efficient. It just takes a little bit of work to get the first prototype off the ground, then it can be mass produced. It's just a matter of looking around for an older camper, redoing the tires and the brakes on it so it's roadworthy again, and build it. That's it. So when I get back into town again, probably Saturday or Sunday, all my friends have left me, so I'm pretty well by myself with here and Max, my dog. And on the work situation, I've asked them. They asked me about a time that we can meet, so that's up in the air. So in one way, I'm hoping that I do get some stable work, and another way, I'm hoping that the finances will come through to start building these camps. You still have to live. I turned 65 last year. I'll be 66 this year, and I still have to work because the government gives me $525 a month, and out of that I have to pay my car insurance, my kudos bill, and my storage for my RV. I can't even stay in my RV because the rent is so bloody high. But as far as a system for the homeless, a place for the homeless to live, this would be perfect. And everybody pitches in. Well, I'll make the first prototype. Then I would have something to offer to my sister because she works in the shelters in Port Alberni. There's no reason for people who are born and raised here in Canada to have to live on the streets. And the government's not taking any action. They're bringing all these new people in, giving them everything that they need, but yet they leave the poor people on the streets to fend for themselves. It's just not right. Our government has really gone by the way. They're not looking after their own people, or even the elderly. Anyway, I'm going to sign out here. This is Donald D. Taylor coming to you from here outside of Hope, British Columbia, Canada.